Good evening. Now, before we get into prayer, I want to thank everyone who showed up to this dinner. I want to thank all the staff, donors, and supporters for helping us children receive a chance to do what we were destined to do. I want to thank all the students for working hard and earning the scholarships granted to you. Who knows how many people Access students like me will go on to help because of the amazing support we received from this program. So many scholars' talents could have gone to waste without the help of each and every one of you, which is why I want to say thank you on behalf of not only me, but all the other scholars you have helped up until now and will continue to help.
I was like, oh.
Now let us bow our heads in prayer.
I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, I'm like,
Dear Lord, our almighty Savior, thank you for the delicious meal before us. We are in debt to you that you have led us here and have given us this opportunity and experience to carry with us as we develop even more over the years. We are grateful for this organization, for everything it stands for, the success of the students, the growth of the community, and the building of bonds in order to bless the world with the gifts you have bestowed upon us. As we take another step on this journey called life, may we always remember our roots and the people who pushed us forward when we felt like we couldn't move, for being there when we needed you, to overcome our fears and that imaginary barrier that so many people let hold them back. You all taught us to not let that bar be the limit, but to rise above it, showing the world just who we are. Amen.
all right, good evening, everybody. Yeah. All right, good evening, everybody. I think I'm going to have Shelley start clapping again. There we go. All right, well, I think we're going to get started here. So good evening, and welcome to the 13th Annual Access Academy Celebration Dinner. For those of you that I haven't had the opportunity to meet, I'm Brian Day, the current chairman at Access. I would like to start by thanking everyone for joining us this evening, both those of you that are here in person, as well as all of you that are joining us virtually tonight. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to help us fulfill the mission of Access. This annual event, and most importantly, your generosity, hint, hint, is one of the foundations that allows us to fulfill our mission. It's your willingness to give that allows us to propel middle school students who have been historically underserved through high school and on to college and career success with enrichment, counseling, and scholarships. We were all introduced to Access in a unique and different way. Maybe an invite to this dinner tonight. Maybe an email from a friend that says favor in the subject line. I know I've sent several of those to some of you in this room. But what matters most is that you said yes, and that many of you continue to say yes each year. For those of you that have been here before, whether it's your second or 13th event, I'd like to say thank you for your ongoing commitment to Access. We can't do what we do without you. For some, it may be the first time you've been able to join us. So by show of hands, who's here for the first time tonight? Well, thank you. Thank you for saying yes for the first time, and I hope you continue to say yes each year going forward. Let's give all those individuals a warm welcome for joining us tonight. Giving your support, whether it's your time, talent, or treasures, is a commitment. And we are grateful that so many of you continue to be faithful to our mission to help us serve our students and their families. It's not just your generosity, but your willingness to spread the word that helps make Access successful and will enable us to continue to grow. If you were to ask me why I'm involved with Access, I'd tell you it's about the opportunities and experiences I believe it creates for our students. I look back at my time in school, specifically middle school and high school, and it was those teachers and coaches that I interacted with that had an impact on me personally. The programs our graduate support directors create and the relationships that they build give our students new opportunities to learn and grow in ways they never imagined was possible. The time that our teams invest and your dollars help create those opportunities and experiences. Any willing student deserves those opportunities, and that is why I choose to be invested in Access. So I'm going to turn things over to Shelley and let her share a little bit about herself and what Access also means to her.
Thank you, Brian. So my name is Shelley Williams. I am the Executive Director for Access Academies. This is actually only my second Access dinner, and I've been with the organization for a year and a half. But somehow it feels like I'm in the room with family. So thank you so much for all of the wonderful support that you've given Access over the years, and for being here tonight, as Brian said, to continue that legacy for Access. I'd also like to thank everyone at home that is joining us as well. Although they are in the comfort of their living room, we've got some great food. So next year, we hope you're here with us in person. And, you know, tonight is really important because there are so many other places that you could be, other things that you could be doing, but you came here tonight to be committed to Access, to be committed to our students. And there are so many things going on, challenges in our communities, losses and tragedies and equities that we see playing throughout our nation. But gatherings like this allow us to recommit to our future. They allow us to recommit to our students and thus recommit to our community. And as Brian said, we simply cannot make that possible without you and without your support. So tonight, I want you to be champions for our students. As I said before, each table has wonderful, beautiful faces around the centerpiece, allowing you to be inspired by those beautiful faces so that you too can give, no matter how little or how big, as Brian said, hint, hint, right? But we know that you guys are great supporters, and I would love to thank our sponsors as well for this evening. We have Bayer, Forvis, Bryan Cave, Layton, and Paisner, Cass, Elko, Food Service Consultants, the Joan and John Vatterott Family Foundation, Lewis Rice, Merrill Lynch, Moneta, the Simon Law Firm, John and Margie Simon, St. John Vianney High School, and the Vatterott Foundation. Thank you so much. Please give us a round of applause for our supporters and sponsors. I would also like to point out our diehard supporters that are with us on a daily basis. That's the Archdiocese of St. Louis University, Boniface Foundation, and the Pershing Charitable Trust. Again, another round of applause for those great supporters as well. And we would not be Access Academies if we did not have the opportunity to have the support of our wonderful teachers from our partner schools. So thank you to the teachers and the staff and our staff that help make this possible every single day. So please give us a round of applause for our staff from St. Louis Catholic Academy, St. Cecilia School and Academy, and of course, Sister Thea Bowman. So tonight is all about giving, and for you all at home, there's a great donation button that's right at the bottom of your screen, and you know what? We're going to make it so easy for you to be inspired tonight. We did a practice run through in the room before you all came in, and I was already like, where's my wallet? So I dare you to leave this evening without making a donation. And with that, I will turn it over to Brian.
Sure. Well, I'm really proud of what the team has pulled together for everyone tonight. I think it's truly a unique event, as you've already seen, and I think this will really showcase the amazing work of Access, and I hope you walk away with a sense of how your generosity has a direct impact on our students. So I have to mention and thank our Access community, the leadership team, our graduate support directors, college career counselors, and the rest of the team that make Access work each and every day. I'd invite all of our team members, as well as our board members, to stand so we can recognize them. We couldn't accomplish our mission without the dedication and commitment of our team, including our board members who volunteer their time, talent, and expertise. So I'm honored to introduce and welcome our next guest, Gary Ritter. Gary is the Dean of the School of Education at St. Louis University and was key to helping make the partnership with St. Louis University possible. I've really enjoyed getting to know Gary over the last 2 years. I've been impressed with his willingness to dream big, but at the same time, focus on outcomes and help us understand how we can have an even bigger impact on the students and families that we serve today. Gary?
Brian told me I only have 45 minutes, so sit back, eat some biscuits, have some tequila, have fun. Good evening to this great crowd. I've been fortunate enough to attend this event multiple times, but this is my first opportunity to share this stage with such a passionate and talented group of folks and to be at this stage where the students will later march and we'll get to see them. It's going to be fantastic. My name is Gary Ritter, and I have the privilege of serving as the Dean of the School of Education at St. Louis University. Our Jesuit mission and the opportunity to be a part of a vibrant SLU community of people working for and with others. This is what drew me to St. Louis 4 years ago. I was eager to be a part of this university community, inspired by our time-tested Jesuit tradition, and I have not been disappointed. I have the opportunity to work in a school guided by the following mission statement each and every day. The SLU School of Education, inspired by the Jesuit conviction that the world is good and human beings can make it a better place for all to live and grow, seeks to educate, guide, and transform people and communities through teaching, research, and community engagement. And tonight, of course, we're not here for SLU or our School of Education, but we're here for Access Academies. And so when we, in our School of Education, were presented with the opportunity to bring Access Academies educational programming into our School of Education in 2019, we jumped at the chance. After sorting through all the necessary details, 2 years ago this month, St. Louis University and Access Academies entered into our official partnership in June of 2020. From my perspective, this was a no-brainer. As we wrote in our press release 2 years ago, Access Academy's mission is perfectly aligned with SLU and the School of Education. This is a mission that we should be zealously pursuing, particularly in these times where students are losing ground academically because of the global pandemic and because of long-standing inequities, which are now more starkly in public view. These are exactly the students and the schools who are central to our mission at St. Louis University. So we were lucky to bring the educational programming of Access into the SLU fold, and we believed at the time, and do believe, this will have many positive byproducts, some of which were pretty easy to predict, and others which we imagine will evolve over time. Here are a few ways that this partnership has already begun to support Access's pursuit of its, well, your noble mission. All of those working in Access educational programming right now are SLU employees and have been for 2 years, with all of the benefits attached to that. Importantly, a key benefit is the opportunity to pursue professional development by way of graduate degrees at no cost to them. Our Access educators now have free access to a SLU education. Additionally, Access educators have access to School of Education faculty who can in turn provide training, expertise, and school programming for students in our Access school partners. The Access organization also can partner with SLU researchers to gather data on comparable schools, to engage in a comprehensive evaluation of Access services with the goal of improving how we serve and how we work with our students. Our SLU team can call upon our resources to offer additional summer scholars programs for academic camps for the students who are unable to participate in the traditional Access Academies camps. We can try to provide more that Access was not able to provide until they were part of SLU. This short list of benefits have occurred after only 2 years. I have full confidence that there will be many additional ways that this partnership will help Access and SLU better meet our mission to be a force for good in the St. Louis community. So thank you, Access. Thank you for joining us at SLU. On behalf of each and every one of us in the School of Education, we are thrilled and grateful to be in partnership with you. Thank you very much.
My name is Rihanna Elder, and I started the Access program when I was in 8th grade. I attended middle school at Most Holy Trinity Catholic School and Academy, and I earned my high school diploma at St. Joseph's Academy. I attended college at Washington University in St. Louis, and I graduated in 2020 as well as 2021. My first degree was in arts and sciences, majoring in African and African American studies with a minor in psychological and brain sciences. In my second degree, I earned my master's in social work, majoring in international social and economic development and specializing in management and leadership of organizations. Access Academy has great programming and different aspects to help enrich students. My most favorite and rewarding aspect, I would say, is having a graduate support director following me to and through high school and beyond. My graduate support director was Mr. Nicholas McDowell, and he's absolutely awesome. He opened the possibility for me to explore college and careers through a summer camp at St. Louis University, where I met some of my lifelong friends. So I'm really glad I had that opportunity to attend that, as well as just having a graduate support director to support me during my time in high school as well as in college. The name says it itself, Access Academies. The root word is access. I would say I benefited most by just participating. If you show up, then you get all the benefits, or you would definitely be open to having the benefits of a high school scholarship, graduate support director, college and career support. I think all of those pieces come together and they help holistically for your academic endeavors and career aspirations.
Thank you, Rihanna, for that, for sharing your wonderful story. And as you can see, so Rihanna is taking the experience, the support, the knowledge that she received from Access and taking it to support the global community. So think about that. Someone from St. Louis that may not have had those opportunities, attending a private college prep high school here in the region, and then taking those skills abroad. So thank you so much, Rihanna, for sharing your perspective with our audience today. Our next guest is a recent graduate from Cardinal Ritter College Prep. You may have seen her story in the news as she has not been given but earned $600,000 worth of scholarships for college. We are so incredibly proud of her success. Please welcome our keynote speaker, Ms. Madison Washington.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you. It is an honor to be here today. I am Madison Washington, a fervent leader, an intellectual warrior, entrepreneur, a future defense attorney, optimist, and someone who desires to be an advocate for my community, a young woman who aspires to be the change in my community and even the world. I ask myself, how will I make my mark? I have already started making my mark by doing service in my community. A few acts of service I have done are volunteering at my church's food pantry, distributing lunches to the needy, and also being a volunteer at my local winter outreach for the past 8 years. I am also a recipient of the 2022 John L. May Service Award for my acts of service and my leadership. This is only the beginning of my mark on the world. I will go on to continue to help the underprivileged minorities by advocating their mistreatment in our legal system. And finally, leading my community to become more diverse, strong, and united. Finally, I want to acknowledge people who have helped me on this journey to success. They have helped me through some of the many challenges I have faced and many more to come. They have not only had an influence on my academic success, but also in my life. The first people I would like to thank are my family. Thank you for the times of giving me words of encouragement when I felt like giving up, supporting me through my college decisions, and lastly, helping me flourish into the person I have become today. Secondly, I would like to thank my teachers for teaching me academic readiness. And lastly, I would like to thank my Access Academy team, Ms. Jocelyn and Ms. Anitra. I have formed great connections with these two amazing young women. Ms. Jocelyn I have known for many years, and Ms. Anitra I have known for only this academic year. I know they both want what's best for me. They have guided me through my academic decisions, taught me life lessons. One of the life lessons they have taught me, everyone makes mistakes, and it's okay to make a mistake as long as you learn from it. Meaning trying to be perfect all the time, you will never know just how amazing you will be. Finally, always being there when I need it. They have truly treated me like family. Thank you all for believing in me. Thank you all for helping me decide on what I want to do in the future. Thank you all for encouraging me on how I will make my mark on the world. And I am confident with the continuous support of my family and Access that I will have a successful freshman year at St. Louis University. Go Billikens! Thank you.
Let's give Madison, our intellectual warrior with a bright future, one more round of applause. Great job, Madison. So at Access, there are three main components to our programming. We do scholarships, counseling, as well as enrichment. And when you combine that with the 11-plus year commitment that we make to each and every one of our students, what you have is the opportunity for a sustained impact that it uplifts the entire community. So think about it. It's not just the individual students that you see at your table on the placards or in the program that you're supporting, but the collective power of supporting those students and sustaining that support throughout the years with that 11-year commitment is what really will change our region. This year, we helped remove financial barriers for our students and families by funding nearly $760,000 in high school scholarships and academic fees. We increased academic success by providing over 130 hours of individualized counseling for our high school seniors and college students. We also provided, thank you, over 1,179 hours of high-quality enrichment and after-school programming and summer programming for our 156 middle school students. Our enrichment programs challenge our scholars to dream big, and that's exactly what we want them to do. And by participating in those enrichment programs, we're exposing them to programming that builds character, instills values, but also allows them to nourish the skills and talents that they have naturally been given. It is with great honor that I welcome Reverend Tracy Holloway Wiggins, who is helping us make those enrichment program dreams come alive. And I would like to welcome our scholars and liturgical dancers from Sister Thea Bowman's enrichment program to perform for you tonight. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Jared Hall, and the year I started in the Access program was 2012. Where I attended middle school was Central Catholic School and Academy, and the high school that I attended was Bishop DeBerg High School. The college that I attended was Mount Mercy University. I graduated in 2020 with my degree in psychology and exercise science. What I found most helpful about the Access Academy program was the after-school programs and then the guidance counselors that went along with it. It kind of helped me once again along that path and finding out where I wanted to go to college and then helping me find those different resources that were available. What it meant for me to have that graduate support director, just helping me along that process, and then with that being said, just making that connection right off the bat. I didn't feel like they were just pushing me along through the program. It felt like a sense of community, and it felt like a sense of belonging, and it made me want to become a better person and help those students. That's why I am an admissions counselor today. What I think this means to students who are coming from undeserved communities is basically giving them the opportunity to, venture out and expand on their resources and giving them another opportunity to, become something in life instead of being a product of their environment. The way I've benefited the most through the Access program was just basically my counselor just helping me and just being there for me if I needed anything, and then just having them just be that voice and that extra push for me, as an African-American male, especially going throughout that college process. It can be tough, and there are days where, you just want to give up, but just remembering where I came from and looking to where I'm going has benefited me the most.
So again, another amazing alumni story. So Jared's going to go on to support the next generation, right, of students through higher education. And Rihanna is going to go around the globe and do that. So again, the importance of these gifts tonight, you guys, I can't say it enough, and my cheeks are now starting to hurt because I'm smiling way too much, but that's a good problem to have. But we do have a little special treat this evening, unscripted, Brian.
So by now, I hope you're starting to see what makes Access work. Clearly, high-quality programming, enduring relationships, and financial support is what makes our students thrive.
Yes, and it absolutely takes champions. And with a special message from our founders, Joan and John Vatterott, we've got a special surprise.
Hello there. We're Joan Vatterott
and John Vatterott.
And we're happy to join you this evening in that big room to celebrate all the students of Access and all the alumni, all those who have been so successful and have made their mark.
In 2005, the goal of Access was to provide an enhanced education in inner city neighborhood schools to enable those kids to be successful in life through education, beginning with the grade school, then on through the high school, and then hopefully through college.
In order to achieve these goals, we needed a committed group of supporters who had vision and patience and generosity to make all of this happen. Tonight, we are going to honor two wonderful supporters who have been here from the very beginning to make this all happen. Tonight, we are proud to present to Bo and Terry Meehan the Access Academies Founders Award.
Bo and Terry, thanks for your confidence in what we're doing and your support over all these years.
You bring the best of everything with you. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So, Bo and Terry, can you please make your way to the stage? right, so Bo and Terry, I've gotten to know you over 5 years, and I think anybody that knows you knows that you have an unbelievable passion for Access and a passion for the kids and really about just doing what's right. So we just couldn't be more honored and happy to surprise you tonight. I was a little worried you might be a little upset. But Shelley said she would take the blame.
I did.
But this is the Founders Award for your years of generous support, distinguished leadership, and passionate dedication to Access students and its mission. And we can't thank you enough for all that you do. So.
Will you let me talk? Just briefly, first of all, giving me a microphone is a very dangerous thing to do. But I would just like to say that, and I mentioned this to one of the moms that I worked with, Dennis Vasquez's mother, and what hit me is that all the time you think, you're doing something for someone, you are the one that is being served. God has called you to this spot, and you are the one that is being served. And for that, Bo and I are very thankful for this opportunity to be served by others. So thank you very much tonight. Thank you.
Night just keeps getting better and better and better, right? So I told you I would make it very easy to give. That's exactly, I made that promise. I keep my promises. So joining me now on the stage are 3 Access Academies alumni who will like to share their story about how their participation in Access has propelled them forward. So joining me are Kyra Harris, Aaron Tucker, and Vivian Garcia. Please welcome them to the stage. Thank you for joining us. All right, let's get comfortable and have a good conversation. So tonight we thought it would be great just to have a great panel discussion with some of our alumni from the program. So if you guys wouldn't mind, could you introduce yourselves?
Yeah. Oh, sure, I'll start. Hi, my name is Aaron Tucker. I went to St. Louis the King Middle School, and then I also went to Bishop DeBerg High School. In contrast to these two up here with me, I am still in college, actually. I go to Missouri University of Science and Technology, and I graduate in December right now. Thank you. Go Miners, there you go. And my major is Information Science and Technology, and I have minors in business analytics and data science, enterprise resource planning systems, as well as business applications and software development. That's it.
So Aaron can just about do anything. All right, Kyra.
Hello, my name is Kyra Harris. I graduated from Most Holy Trinity in 2011. I graduated from Ritz-Carlton High School in 2015. And I graduated from Avila University in 2019 with my bachelor's in the science of nursing. And I am a registered nurse at St. Louis Children's Hospital.
Good evening. My name is Vivian Garcia. I graduated from St. Cecilia School and Academy. Right after I went to Ritz-Carlton, graduate of Fontbonne University, got my bachelor's in social work, and I'm currently working at Access Academies as a graduate support counselor at St. Cecilia.
So let me start with Aaron. What do you feel like makes the Access program unique?
I would really say I think what makes this particular program unique is just this 11-year commitment. I've been in other programs kind of similar to this one, and it really feels like once you get past a certain point of your life, you just kind of lose contact, different things like that, and you just kind of go on. And you had someone who helped you along the way, and it's sad that you lose that network. I can say I still talk to my graduate support person as well as several other people who were, key people in the program growing up back when I was in middle school and high school. So thank you, Ms. Jocelyn.
Nice. So then what about you, Kyra? Is that a similar experience that you've had with Aaron?
I definitely think Access has kept up with me, and I think that's so unique of a program to follow you even after you graduated. I've been gone from Holy Trinity for 11 years, and I still keep in touch with the Access Academies staff and everyone. And I think that's really great and unique.
Nice. And then, so Vivian, I guess from the perspective of someone, because you came back to home base, really, and you're now in the program and you're helping students. How has that been to have that commitment, but now be the person that's making that commitment?
Sure. I guess the transition from a student to a counselor is really I call it a really 360 circle for me. I'm now in a position to help my students because I've been through it. I know what it's like to be that student, to sit in that spot. And so now that I'm in these shoes of being of support, I definitely ask my students for feedback. I want to know what they're struggling with, what they need, so that I can be that person and go to Access Academies and say, hey, my students are asking for this, this, and that. And so I really think it's really extremely satisfying as a social worker, as a professional, to be able to be in this position and be able to give back to my community and St. Cecilia that is very, very close to my heart.
Thank you, Vivian. So as you all reflect back on your years, so everyone did enrichment programming, what would you say, and this is for anyone, was either your favorite programming or the program that inspired you the most?
I will say for me, going to Rolla S&T, I am surrounded by a lot of people who are very left-brain people, and they don't know how to speak, and they just are kind of lacking in that area, engineers, come on now. And a big thing that Access kind of really helped me develop was this public speaking kind of a thing, and just presentation skills, especially. Back in 8th grade, we were doing presentations on, where we're going to high school and college kind of a thing, and just other random topics. But I think doing those types of things really got me comfortable with being surrounded by people and, giving a spiel, so.
Nice. So Jocelyn is going to be grading you tonight on your performance as your former graduate support director. I didn't know if you knew that or not. You're in the hot seat. But what about some of the other benefits in the program? You mentioned going on, just getting exposure to college. What was that like? Even like the high school selection process. That's a question I get a lot. How did that help you?
I would say another big thing was I remember back in 8th grade and even throughout high school just taking different tours and college tours. I know we went over to Mizzou a couple of different times, and it was just a unique experience because I was a first-generation college student, so I didn't really have someone to kind of tell me how all of these things kind of went. So just being able to go and do something like that, kind of get used to the campus. My parents didn't know what FAFSA was. So just different things like that, I think, really helped me kind of adjust, and that was thanks to Access.
Kyra, was that similar for you as well?
Yes, the graduate support directors that I had at the time, they really helped with the college tours and kind of helping us with the step-by-step processes of, applying to high schools and colleges and things like that, and opening our eyes to the different scholarship opportunities to help us get there.
Yeah, and that's incredibly important. So even for myself as a first-generation college student, my parents gave me all the support that they possibly could give, but if you've never traveled that road before, you simply just don't know. So if I had someone in my corner, going through the FAFSA with me, and, filling out all of the different paperwork, it could have been that much easier, right? So, thanks to your graduate support directors, they did a great job in helping you get on track. So, Vivian, I want to ask you about since we've started the college and career side of things, right? So we're following our students for a longer period of time. What does that mean for our families?
I really think that this really highlights our commitment to them. We tell them in middle school, we're here with you. We get them to high school, but then what's beyond that? And so I think having a college and career network, having somebody in their corner really solidifies. We are there with you. And any question that you have, we're there for you. And I do want to say that each middle school is unique and each middle school is different. And for that reason, also our staff is very unique and very different and is important, right, in each school and each middle school. Because when they get to that college and career part, now we're able to offer them an additional support person. And so we work as a team. We are very like student focused. So we look at the student, we look at the family, we say what is next, and we make a plan for each student individually, so that we can get them off to college or beyond. So it's really up to them as a family to decide what's next for them. And I think that's one of the most unique part about our program is that we focused on our students, what they want, what's next for them.
Wonderful. So when I think about access, and as you all have heard this evening, I think about the impact that we're making, right? Like I said earlier, not just in the individual lives of our students, but then kind of that return on investment, if you will, for our community. So when you all think about the impact that Access is making, maybe not to just you personally, but how does this program uplift the entire region?
I definitely think representation is a very important thing. And I think we're just all, examples of that representation, just to show that the Curtin students can get there. It might not be easy. It might have some bumps in the road, but you will end up successful and then end up accomplishing your goals.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback off of that, I would just say, in college, like I have a lot of friends who come from different, areas, different regions, kind of around the St. Louis area, like in the county and whatnot. And I just hear all these different stories about all these different opportunities that they had when they went to some type of school at Ladue or Kirkwood or a Lindbergh school district kind of school. And I'm just thinking, wow, if I didn't have Access Academies, I wouldn't have been able to do some of these things that all of these other people, it just seemed like it was something that was, they had a right to automatically, so.
Sure. Okay, and the final question for each person. Our donors and supporters are either watching this evening or they're right here in the room. So what is the most important thing that they need to know about Access? The big question.
You may not realize it. Hopefully, throughout this program, you can just kind of see that. And some of you are even graduates of this program, so you know it, you've lived it, but you really are changing a life at the end of the day. I mean, it's like you said, the statistics, I think it's 512 different students that you're supporting. I mean, even if you just hit 10% of that, that's 50 or so students whose lives that you are drastically changing for the better, so.
All right, any last words from our panel this evening?
I think Access Academies is such a needed program for our community. There's not too many things that I've heard of that are like this, and it's so unique, and I think it has given me so many opportunities, and just the support alone has pushed me and given me that extra step to, keep going, and so I'm so thankful for it, and so yeah.
Did you want to say one more thing?
Yeah, I can definitely say, piggybacking off of what you all have said, I really think that at the end of the day, all of our students at each school, like I said, is very unique, but at the end of the day, we're making a change in their lives for the better, whether that's at the middle school level, high school level, or even college level. We're following them throughout college and beyond, and so I think it's just such a unique program. And even when I was in college and I'm presenting this to my social work department, we couldn't find like a flaw in it because it was such an amazing program that at the end of the day, we're taking initiative. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing, not only for the St. Louis area, because a lot of times folks say, how can I invest in St. Louis? This is how you invest in St. Louis. This is how we make St. Louis be put on the map. This is how we get it going. And so I thank you all for being here today. Thank you for your generosity. And again, I grew up and I went through the Access program myself. So I know that it's working. I know that it's possible. So thank you again for being here.
Thank you. Thank you, Vivian. So, ladies and gentlemen, my champions in the room, let's give one more round of applause for our panelists, Aaron, Kyra, and Vivian. Thank you so much.
I'm Andrea Garcia, and I started in the Access program in 2007. I went to St. Cecilia School and Academy for middle school and Villa de Chêne for high school. I graduated from the University of San Diego in 2020 with a Bachelor's of Arts and Sciences in Biology. Today, I am a clinical lab technologist in the fish lab for the Mayo Clinic.
My name is Gabe Garcia. I started the Access program around 2006-2007. So I went to middle school at St. Cecilia School and Academy, and I went to high school at St. Louis University High School. So I went to St. Louis University for college. I graduated in 2018, and I had a Bachelor's of Science in Biomedical Engineering and a minor in Mathematics. I work at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. So what I do is I talk to a whole bunch of doctors around the world that order tests at Mayo, help them make sure they get the right test ordered. I find it really fulfilling that I'm able to help patients. Any test that's ordered at Mayo, I can help expedite, I can help doctors answer questions, and I can get them results faster by calling the results. And so me doing that helps that doctor treat the patient.
By the time I reached high school, my mom became a single mom, and so being able to pay for private school definitely became a big stress on her. You know, she had 3 kids to send through private school, and so with Access and their high school scholarships, that definitely relieved a big stress off of her, which allowed my brother Gabriel and I to attend our high schools.
So I definitely found most helpful from Access were the enrichment programs and the scholarships. The enrichment programs, I've always loved learning. So being able to have those additional classes after school to learn more about different things, that was really, really good for me, and it helped fuel my yearning for just knowledge. Scholarship also, obviously helpful. Getting through high school without having the burden on my mom, so that was very helpful for me and our family.
It was really important to me, especially when I first started at Villa, because it was a whole new world and I was just kind of thrust into it. And by having my graduate support director, Ms. Klosterman, seeing her those first few weeks was really helpful because it was a familiar face that I knew in my new setting, and so it definitely helped ease that transition from St. Cecilia to Villa. Access was able to expand my horizons and help me access things that I normally wouldn't have been able to. I think by having someone with you those 11 plus years, it can provide the students with a sense of stability that they might not have in other parts of their lives.
Just knowing that they're there offering me any assistance when I need it, offering any help, advice. They're just really looking out for me, and as a student, that's really, it's kind of touching, I guess, because, you know, they want you to succeed, and having someone you know wants you to succeed really brings out the best in you.
Thank you, Andrea and Gabe, for sharing your amazing stories. So those are 2 students of ours that are in the medical field. They're going on to get advanced degrees and continue to pursue their education, which means that we will have very qualified people out there to help you and I when we get sick and we need help and support. So now on to the most important part of the evening. But before we get there, I'd like to invite our Access Board member, Chris Schmidt, to join me on the stage and join me. So tonight we're going to do the mission appeal. So get ready for this. I need to see those programs nice and high this evening. Those at home, go to accessacademies.org and make your donation, or you can also click that donate button, and we will be sure to shout out your gift up here, okay? All right, so Chris, tell the folks a little bit about yourself.
Great to be here, first of all. So I have known Joan and John Vatterott since I was a little snot-nosed kid. And when I was asked a couple years ago to join the board, I looked at Joan and John, I looked at friends like the Meehan's, and was inspired by their leadership and wanted an opportunity to be a part of it. I have been blown away by how Access works. We all have limited resources that we can give, and this is a program that works. And you'll hear a little bit more about that, but the data backs it up. Finally, my wife Sylvia and I just put our two boys through Catholic school in St. Louis University High School, and we, like so many of you, invest in our own kids, lots and lots of money and resources. And our kids are already blessed, and many of them belong to school districts where they could go to great public schools. If we do that for our kids, we need to be willing to do that for others. And so it's a tremendous cause, and let's go give some money.
All right, so remember there's that donate button that's at the bottom of your screen for those that are at home, and those in the room, we'd like to see the back of your program nice and high. So with that, let's start our donations this evening at $10,000. Who's going to commit to $10,000? Don't be shy. We know you got it.
So $10,000 supports one kid. $20,000 right here.
$20,000 from Terry Meehan.
All right.
See, that's exactly why they received an award tonight, you guys.
Let's give out some more awards, Shelley.
I know. I had more in my back pocket. Every table gets an award. Amazing.
Any others at $20,000? Come on. All right, so let's go to $10,000. Any at $10,000. And when you're thinking about this, $10,000 supports one of these students that you've heard about in high school for a year with scholarship and all the support that they need. $10,000. Oh, right here. Wonderful.
Oh, wonderful. Another $10,000 gift.
There's my wife back out there putting up her hand. Thank you, honey.
And we also have Mike and Judy Malloy making their $10,000 donation online. Thank you so much, Mike and Judy.
Thank
we really
you, Mike and
appreciate
Judy.
it. And remember what Vivian just said up here on the panel, that she is, living evidence, right, that this program works. And so just to give you a few stats about that. So 99% of our graduates have been accepted to private college prep high schools in the St. Louis region. 98% of our graduates graduate from high school on time. And 96% of our graduates have been accepted to colleges, universities, or another post-secondary program. So this, by far, definitely works, as Vivian said. So on to the next level.
Before we leave, any more at $10,000? We have a few more out there.
Oh, he's going to keep asking, folks.
All right. So let's move to $5,000 then.
All right, $5,000. Anyone at $5,000 this evening?
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that donation.
Mr. Peasky, thank you so much to you and your wife, Flo.
Oh, and another Mr. Matthias.
Mr. Matthias, thank you.
Absolutely
Bob
wonderful. Another $5,000 donation here in the room this evening. Anyone else before we go once and twice? We also have a group donation for $5,000 from the Scholarship Fund in memory of Mike Harris. Mike Harris was a great supporter of Access and came to this dinner every year. We thank you so much for your generosity for that gift, for that group gift. Thank you so much. We have a $5,000 gift from Cass Commercial Bank. We also have a $5,000 donation from Pat and Mary Slide. Thank you so much for that. And another anonymous donation for $5,000. So thank you so much for that. Thank you. All
Wonderful.
right. Are we ready for the next level?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're going down to 3. But you can go anywhere between 3 and 5,000, right? Like that's not,
Yeah.
or above at any point in time if you feel moved in the evening. All right, so anyone at 3,000, willing to raise their program? Wonderful, we've got 3,000.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. Anyone else? Anyone else in the room this evening? All right. Okay, well, it looks like we've got Bill and Janet Lane for $3,500.
Excellent.
Taking me
Thank
up on
you.
my offer to go above the bar. Thank you. And we also have Nerinx at $3,000. Thank you so much,
Thank you, Nerinx.
We really appreciate that.
Should we go to 2,000?
We shall. That
All
would
right.
be amazing. Thank you so much.
2,000. Anyone at 2,000 or above, of course.
And I would just, before I
Thank you.
remind you of anything, thank you so very much at 2,000.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
2 more over here. Thank you so much. We've got 2 more at
thank
this
you.
table. Did we see another one in the back?
I believe so.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Anyone else at 2,000 here in the room tonight? We have, one over here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We also have one from Birch and Kathy Mullins at 2,500. Thompson and Coburn at 2,000. Thank you so much for that. Tim and Kelly Yeaglin for 2,000. And Pat and Stan Erb for 2,000 online. Thank you so much for those donations. Anyone else in the room? One more time before I move to the next slide. No? Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to keep asking folks. Okay. So going on, let's move it to 1,000. Anywhere 1,000 and above. Anyone that would like to be a champion at $1,000.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much with the cute hairdo. I love it, by the way. Anyone else? All right. We've got a donor over here for 1,000. Anyone else? Wonderful. 1,000 up here in the front. 1,000 right. 2,000.
Thank you. Thank
Two
you.
hands went up here at this table.
2 more back there
Yep,
for
2
1,000.
more. Keep them raised high.
Right here,
Another
table
one
9.
in the back. Thank you so very much. Anyone else at 1,000 in the room? Wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you.
And we also have 1,000 from Commerce Bank. Thank you so much, Commerce. We've got 1,000 from Kim and Day Carroll. Thanks to Brian Day's parents. Thank you, Brian, for asking your parents. We've got an anonymous donor at $1,000. Tim and Mary Leahy just gave another 1,000. We've got Kathy and Glenn Vatterott donating at 1,500. Thank you very much. And Bill and Carol Wittenberg are donating 1,000 tonight. So thank you so much. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay, so this is fantastic.
This is wonderful.
We're gonna go down just a smidgen, not as big of a leap. So down to 500. Those of you inspired to give $500, or how many Starbucks coffees would that be? I don't know. Not sure, but more than, we're worth more than that. So $500, 500. Anybody?
Thank
good
you,
throwing out this
Gabby
table.
Diego.
Wonderful.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Anyone
Thank
else
you.
in the room? Another one.
Thank you, Mary.
Right behind
And
you,
Mark.
Carolyn. Right behind you, Carolyn. There's someone else. Another person at this table at table 19. Fantastic. Anyone else at 500? 500 or above. I'm going to keep saying or above. We have an anonymous donor at $500, and we've got also another anonymous donor at $900. So see, it works if I say at or above. Fantastic.
Should we go down to 100?
Okay, let's go to 100 or more, which is great. So, all right, who's supporting our scholars at $100 this evening? $100 in the room tonight. Okay, we've got a donation here right in front of, and another donation. Thank you so much. Anyone else donating? We've got one in the back. I can't see the table number, but keep the program held high. Anyone else at $100? All right, we've got someone else at the back table. I think that's table 18. Anyone else at 100? We also have 250.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. An anonymous donation in honor of John and Joan. We also have Mike and Terry Mulligan at $250. And a $300 gift from Miss Tiffany Patton. Thank you so very much. And a $100 gift from another anonymous donor. Anyone else in the room tonight?
So everyone should have pledge cards on your table. If you made a donation, you can do it there. You can also do it online. And if someone, I know some folks maybe are a little bit more quiet in their giving and decided to give without raising their paddle. Thank you for those quiet gifts as well. We appreciate every amount. No amount is too small, and of course, no amount is too big either.
Exactly. Well, I think this room did an absolutely fantastic job this evening on behalf of our students. We so appreciate your support, and those joining us at home, we appreciate your support as well. And before we leave this evening, we do have one more video because there are some other folks that would like to say thank you especially. But I thought I might do something. I'm completely ad-libbing this right now, so camera folks, just go with me. I'm going to put this down, and I would love to take the first ever Access Academy celebration dinner selfie with my cell phone, if that's okay. We're in the, it's a little more modern, so we're going to cheer one more time. We will space the audience this way. Oh, wait, I got to flip it. Okay, let's cheer. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Thank you all for indulging me in my little experiment. I just had to make that happen. I was trying to figure out when was the right time. Well, thank you this evening. Oh, go ahead.
I want to say one last thing. We are so blessed to have an absolutely wonderful executive director in Shelley. And let's a round of applause for Shelley.
My pleasure.
Good work. Thank you all for a wonderful evening.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
I wanted to thank the donors that have helped us. I mean, I know you guys have helped my family, and my mom specifically, tremendously, and help us get me and my sister through school. So I want to thank you both, or thank you all for helping us. And I ask that you please help, continue to help the students that are in the Access programs, because I know that they'll be impacted as much as I have.
Thanks Access Academy for giving me the opportunity to become who I am today and just giving me the resources and the connections. It feels like a sense of community and some people that I can rely on in the future. So to those students who are going through the same program, once again, please utilize these sources. It could set you up for success, and keep dreaming, keep aiming, and never stop believing.
Thank you to Access Academies. I was able to attend my first choice in high school at St. Joseph's Academy and also earn my master's in social work degree from Washington University in St. Louis. Thank you for supporting my dreams of becoming an international social worker.
To the donors of Access Academy, I cannot thank you enough for the opportunities that you provided me with. With your help, I was able to cultivate my love for science, and that led to me working in the top hospital in the world. And so with your continued support, you can help other students expand their horizons, find opportunities that they didn't think they had, and you can help them reach their fullest potentials.